It is Rydell Car Talk on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. So I've already said their names, but I'll let them introduce themselves and tell you what they do out there. So who flipped a coin?
Well, I guess I'm the winner. My name is Kathy Lind, and I am the Guest Experience Manager at Rydell, and I've been there in November 42 years.
Wow. That's pretty good. So you started when you were 3. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Randy Sattler. Been with Rydell's for 23 years. My current role is, I do special projects for all the dealerships here in town, whatever they need done, and then help out in any of the fixed departments, which is service, parts, and body shop. So thanks for having us.
Well, there you go. Well, we always have a good show when you folks are around. So general questions, I guess, about how things work out there and experience, obviously. You probably get a lot of interesting comments and questions as you go through the course of your day. So it keeps you busy, I bet.
It does.
It does. So 775-5559, you know the drill, you know the routine. You can go ahead and send a text or give a call to that number, and these folks will be happy to answer you as best as they can. And if it's outside their area of expertise, they can direct you in the right direction. So Kathy, I'll pick on you first. So what's an ordinary day? You say you're busy all the time, I would imagine.
Well, gosh, I have usually a lot of emails to go through, phone calls, help all the departments if they have guests that have questions or concerns or need help with something. I also do the stuff that comes from the factory as far as customer concerns.
Mm-hmm.
I deal directly with GM on those types of things also.
Okay. And Randy, what kind of is your main bailiwick when you're working?
Well, recently I've been helping out with the rental counter, with rental cars with customers. And then we're building a new internal detail center across the street from the main dealership. So that's been kind of one of my babies to oversee and take care of. And tomorrow I meet and assuming I'm going to get a new task to help out with, and so we'll see what it is. So I kind of go where they need help with their shorthanded, kind of a utility player, I guess I'll call it right now.
Okay, so a floater is what we used to call it in my business. As where help is needed, that's where they drop you in. So you're kind of the master of how's the expression go? The master of all, but
boss of few or whatever, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
yeah. So much of my career started out in the service department, and then I was in the body shop for like 17, 18 years, something like that. So, and then moved on into parts and service, and been there ever since.
Okay, so you kind of have a well-rounded, as it were, experience.
I would agree. Yeah. It's been fun, especially the last probably 5 years. I've learned so much being a part of everybody's different days going on with parts and service and the challenges that we've had since COVID, and so it's probably one of the reasons why I'm still working. It's just I really enjoy it. It's a challenge, but it's also very fun.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So. I got a text here at 775-5559. Let's see here. A texter wants to know, what's your favorite memory from Rydell? Boy, that's a tough one.
For me, I would probably have to say many years ago, probably going back 15 years ago, we had an incident in the body shop, and where we had some self-inflicted damage of a car fell off the frame rack, and so that did some things. And I did not react to it very well. And so I was kind of walking around the shop, pouting, mad, and on display for everybody to see that it wasn't conducting myself very well. So I had some of the upper management group come back and take me aside and kind of show me what I was doing, and realize that, things happen no matter how hard you try not to. Things will always happen. People are people. And when things don't go right, you have a tendency to look at people in the wrong light instead of them coming in and wanting to do the best that they can every day. And so that, I'll never forget that, because it was such a huge learning moment. So it's one of my favorite memories.
Sure. You want to take a stab at that there, Kathy?
Well, I guess one of my favorite ones involves Wes Rydell. Years ago, our receptionist used to take notes for all of the salespeople, the managers, and put a little sticky note up on a whiteboard under their name. And at that time, I was at the airport, and they asked me to come help out. I was like, okay, I don't know how to run this thing, but I'll do it. And so I came in, and then Wes had called down, and he's like, hey, Kath, could you tell me about my messages that are up there? So there's like several sticky notes with messages, and I looked at them, and I said, you got 7, and I hung up on him. And he called me back about a minute later, and he said, do you think you could find time in your busy day to read them to me? And I was like, sure thing. That is my favorite Wes memory, I guess.
Oh, that's one of those moments where, oh, well, I've answered your question. Click next.
He should have clarified what he wanted.
Well, exactly. Precision, not accuracy.
Yep.
A text to 775-5559 clarifying my memory. It's jack of all, master of none.
There we go.
That's what I
Perfect.
I pull up. Yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. So which is not a bad thing to be well-rounded, because then you're able to direct folks to the right location if they walk in with that bewildered look on their face, and you can just kind of tell. May I help you? Who are you looking for? I don't know.
Well, and one of the things we do at Rydell is if someone comes in and they need to know where the parts department is or service department is, we don't point and tell them just go through those doors and walk down the hallway. We walk them there because it is a pretty big place, but it also, it's the right thing to do. And it just treats people, it's respectful.
Sure. And you wouldn't want them walking in front of a car that's moving if you're in the shop, or if you're moving into an area where there could be, just because people do tend to not look where they're going. My hand is raised. 775-5559. You're on with Randy and Kathy. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kathy, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
So I've purchased over 200 cars from Rydell since 1963, and I was wondering if Gail is still in the office. She used to do title and book work and that. And then next time you see Wes, ask him about the Anglia and the Blue Flame 6 engine in it. Thanks.
Sure. Well, Gail is not there. She probably retired about 30 years ago. We will also ask Wes about that car, but thank you for bringing up some memories for us. I worked with Gail for many years.
Wow. So you must have been 3 or 4 when you
I was, yeah.
So 775-5559, call or text. You know the drill. We've got basically, it's kind of general question and answer this afternoon on a Tuesday Rydell Car Talk, because these folks know everything about the business, or at least they can definitely point you in the right direction and get you to spit your water out. But but it's an idea that you know the ins and outs. You've got the experience, and there's something to be said about having a lot of experience and being able to appropriately address someone where they need to go.
I think one of the things that I see a lot where I'm currently sitting at in the dealership is people will come in and they won't necessarily know where to go, what to do, who they're supposed to see and whatnot. And so when you come to Rydell's, whether you come in the front door, whether you drive your car in, just get out. There's tons of people. Do not be afraid to walk up and say, hey, my name is Randy Saller. I have an appointment at 9 o'clock. I'm not sure where I should go. Rudy or some of those people, they'll just take you by the hand and they'll walk you up to one of the service advisors, or if it's a part situation, we'll get you to the parts counter, because our goal is to take care of everybody that comes in the front door. And I know in a big dealership, it can be kind of overwhelming, intimidating, and there's so many people, there's so much happening that it's important to not just stand there and think someone's necessarily going to come up to you, because it's so big. Just don't be afraid to ask or raise your hand. Where should I go? What should I do? And I think that's important, that help us help you a little bit, because a lot of times people get frustrated. They walk in and they don't know where they're supposed to go. And, reality is sometimes people are afraid to ask a question. They don't want to seem inept or, not sure what they're supposed to do. So we just want to help you and help us help you.
Sure. And we're a growing city, so you're still getting people that are moving here that are fairly new to the area. Maybe they haven't had the opportunity to visit Rydell's and see what's going on. So they walk in the service department expecting to look for somebody for sales, or they may walk in the front door and there's this big, beautiful lobby. Now where do I go? But I know the receptionists are always very good at saying, may I help you? So you're right. It's a very friendly place to go. So comments or questions on this Rydell Car Talk, kind of general in nature, 775-5559. You can call or text, and either Randy or Kathy will be able to help you. They'll point you in the right direction as to where to go. So I think the weather must be really nice today outside, too, because, it's kind of quiet on the phones and the texting. We usually have quite a few people that are, of course, the campaign has started. So a lot of folks are also busy doing that as well. So that's my little advertisement for the day. Be safe out there, folks. There's a lot of extra truck traffic on the roads. Keep that in mind. A text to 775-5559. Rudy is my favorite in the service department, always up for some chit-chat with a smile. Well, there you go.
Rudy is a mainstay of the service drive. If anybody has ever did business with Rydell's in the service department, they know who Rudy is. And if you don't know who Rudy is, I would encourage you to come out and introduce yourself. You'll make a lifelong friend. He's one of the best.
I'll tell you what, the cookies always take center stage at 775-5559. How many cookies has she eaten in 42 years?
Well, I don't like the cookies, so I don't eat them, but I do order them. But I can tell you as a dealership as a whole, we probably go through 12 to 14 dozen cookies a day.
Holy moly. Yeah. Well, that's no doubt because they are delicious. 775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, please.
Hey, good afternoon, Mark.
Hey.
Say, here's my question. Did GM get rid of the 3.6 V6 engine that was in a lot of their Traverses and vehicles like that? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for the call. So,
yes, I have. A lot of times things may come back around, but right now GM is currently doing a lot of focus on smaller displacements with turbo engines. Mm-hmm. That seems to be kind of the norm in the industry right now. I do know that GM is also debuting a new V8 engine that's been totally redesigned, and so far what I've seen on it and read, it sounds like it's a pretty impressive motor. I think right now the 2.7 liter, the four-cylinder turbo has also been an excellent engine, and that's in a lot of the vehicles across the GM line. So, but the old V6s are gone. Would not be surprised if they come back in some other iteration as time comes around, but just like with EVs that kind of go through a cycle and whatnot, same thing with naturally aspirated and turbos and those kinds of things. And it's just whatever technology is available, what parts are available, and turbos are kind of the in thing right now. So we'll see what the future holds. But a lot of four-cylinder turbos.
Fuel efficiency and power, all in one batch. Who'd have thought? A couple of texts to get to at 775-5559. Randy, do you even know where to go?
No. When I walk in the morning, I go see Rudy, and he tells me where I'm supposed to go.
Cookie in hand or not?
No cookie, It's hard enough to keep my weight off.
A texter says, hats off to Rudy. So there you go. Let's see. Well, let me see. What charity has been your favorite to work with?
Ooh.
Oh, well,
Boy.
For me, my favorite charity was when we did the Veterans Wall and worked in the Veterans Park. My dad is a Air Force veteran, and so the military means a lot to me. Mm-hmm. And so that one is kind of held near and dear to me. But they've all been great.
Oh,
Every one we've done has been amazing. Good people to work with.
Yeah, it's got to be a tough question to answer when they're all so good.
I think the Veterans Wall, because there was so many other people involved to help put it all together. And I think, obviously, with the veterans for our country, it was a big thing for a lot of people. And then for myself, I also really enjoyed the backpack program when we did that, because that touches so many people, and I think it was just something very cool to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing that Rydell's is really good at is service community, back to the community service work, because it's They recognize that that so much has been given to them, so it's their way of giving back. The texter that asked how many cookies have you eaten came back and said blasphemy. So I think they mean not enough. Yeah, more cookies.
I guess.
More is better. I think they're expecting more. Text is 775-5559. Is it a good idea to deactivate the active fuel management on a 5.3? Seems like it burns oil if you leave it on.
Well,
yes and no.
If it's under warranty, no.
Mm-hmm.
Because if something does happen and you've manipulated the software or turned some things off, it might not bode well in your favor to get fixed.
Sure.
If it's off warranty, I've heard that people have had some success with not having any issues with it. So I can't tell you whether you should or you shouldn't. It's kind of your decision.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's under warranty, factory warranty, or even if extended warranty, don't do it, because if something does happen, it's a reason for them to say they're not going to cover it under a warranted repair.
Sure. Makes sense. 775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Two Tribes Approval Guy.
Yes, sir.
Got to bring back the Fighting Sioux nickname. It doesn't seem like to make the clown car anymore. Any of the manufacturers, like the Metro. You don't make the Metro anymore, do you? There is no small throwaway cars, it seems like.
From the GM lineup, they actually, after this year, there will not be a car in their lineup. It'll be all SUVs and pickups.
All SUVs. No clown cars anymore.
No clown cars.
Okay. There you go.
All right.
Thanks for the question. Well, that's interesting. Let's see here. A text to 775-5559 says, be sure to get your car detailed before winter. Currently, I'm an employee at Rydell. We're always looking for more customers to revisit or try out our detail shop for the first time. So there you go. And they do beautiful work, no doubt at all. A text to 775-5559. Sounds like Rudy needs to be on the next Rydell Car Guy show.
We've asked Rudy to be on, and we haven't convinced him yet. It would definitely be an epic show.
We may have to allocate an hour, it sounds like, if that were the case. Jeez, I don't know.
At least.
Unfortunately, our time always just goes so real quickly here. So let's start thinking about final kind of thoughts here as you go through the course of your day. What would you like to tell people? Kathy, I'll pick on you first because it looks like you've got so many great ideas.
Gosh, what would I like to? Well, I think the fact is that it's a company-owned business. Mm-hmm. We've been around for 70-plus years, and our goal really, truly is to take care of the people. And they not only take care of our customers, but we're very fortunate to work there because they take care of us as well. Mm-hmm. And if it weren't a good place, I guess I probably wouldn't have been there for 42 years.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a testament because people don't stay in one place that long anymore. Especially with the different chances, that speaks volumes about how good they treat their employees.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off Kathy as well. For all the years that I've been there, it's grown. It's really difficult to explain to people how we've grown, mm-hmm. and not only with dealerships but with adding people and. One of the biggest things that we talk about in all of our management meetings and whatnot is the importance of us doing our best to take care of our guests and also take care of our employees because they're the ones that are taking care of our guests.
Sure.
And, we have well over 400 employees, and unfortunately sometimes we do drop the ball and people get frustrated and there's things that happen that are not necessarily in anybody's control. But we certainly want to hear about it. We want mm-hmm. the opportunity, if we did do something wrong, to make it right. Mm-hmm. That's what we're about. And we definitely don't want to take advantage of anybody. So if you need somebody to reach out, just reach out to myself or to Kathy, and we'll go back and backtrack and figure out what we can do to take care of the situation. But all of our employees work extremely hard mm-hmm. to take care of people. And when it's busy, obviously, that's when everybody needs something done. And so sometimes it does become a challenge, but just let us know and we'll do our best to take care of it.
And on that happy note, a texter says, I need Rudy on Car Talk. So I don't know. We'll end with this final question here, folks. Let's see here. Sometimes the scroll box goes up. Who's going to retire first between you two?
Me.
Wow. Okay. Well, and that's no time in the immediate future.
Yeah. Close.
Understand. You know, they can do like I did, retire and do another job. It's just keeps you young.
I've been retiring for 3 years in December, so that should say enough.
There you go. Great. Okay, we'll sneak in one last call here. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Do you think they'll ever bring the Chevelle or Malibu SS or anything like that back?
Okay, thanks for the call.
Boy, you hit a purse string in my heart. You see like the Challenger with Dodge and these, when they brought the Camaro back. And so I would never say they would never think about it. I think one of the biggest challenges that manufacturers have is it's such a limited market for certain people, and for them to design a car and build a car and then go down that road and be able to have something that's going to appeal to enough number of people that would purchase it. Mm-hmm. It's a big challenge, but there's such a huge following of Chevelle people. Mm-hmm. Never say never.
Never say never. Okay. Well, you just never know. Market forces drive a lot of different things. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Kathy, Randy, thank you so very much for being here on this Tuesday edition of Rydell Car Talk.
Thanks for having us. Greatly appreciate it.
No, it's been fun. All right. And get more cookies.